Hey everyone, it's me, Gev, again, with a newly acquired E36 M3. If this YouTube channel finds you, then you yourself are a E36 fanatic, I guess. I ended up purchasing this one, sold the yellow one from my previous videos. Unfortunately, the red one, my E46, that I had brought over from Washington State, ended up being declared a total loss. Some typical LA idiot ran the stop sign, collided to my vehicle, and after going back and forth, the car was deemed a total loss. So it'll be going to an auction yard in the upcoming weeks, but I will miss that car. It's a beautiful Emola red 6-speed. Definitely getting harder to find with low mileage, but some good news. I was able to pick this car up, a 1997 Estoril blue E36 M3, and I don't know if anyone remembers, but I always said like a Daytona Techno or Estoril kind of has always been like my, like holy grail colors. And it's funny, I saw this one and I just jumped on it. I wouldn't know when the next opportunity would come to get this color. And I got lucky because I bought it from the original owner, which to me, that's always a plus. It's been with one owner its whole life. Interesting story about this car, and that's what makes this car so special, is that the owner that had it since '97 built this car to his specifications and did the European delivery on it. So he flew to Germany and got to see the car. This car has seen the Nordschleife Nürburgring. It did about, if I'm not mistaken, anywhere from 4 to 6 laps on it, which I still have the placard and all the paperwork. It had its first oil change in Germany, and I have all the documentation, which I think is super cool. It's what I nerd out for. But most of the car is original. Surprisingly, it survived 25 years. It's got the LTW rims, and cool fact, it's a slick top. It's got no sunroof. All it has is cruise control, which doesn't work. I feel like none of them ever work on the E36. And it's got the Harman Kardon sound system. That's pretty much it. I'll definitely do a little interior walkthrough, but this is the car. It needs some little bit of TLC. It's got, rock chips. The emblem came off while I was washing the car, so I just ordered a new one. If anyone remembers, that's the E46 M3 tow hook that I use for parking. So to deter people from coming up my front end. So I always chuckle when I see that. But most of the car is still original. Original headlights, the corner lights, the paint. The only thing that was repainted, and that's because someone had stolen the side marker. The side view mirrors, and new ones had to have been ordered from BMW and repainted to match the color of the car. But pretty much that's it. Typical E36 M3 windshield. Over time, especially in California freeways, just crack. But other than that, it's this one is a survivor. I mean, it's been loved. You know, is it 100% perfect? Of course not. But it's one of those cars. When I saw it in person, I had to buy it. It was just such a gorgeous color, and I got the touch-up paint as well. It's got the 6-disc CD changer. It's got all the original tools, spare tire, all matching VIN tags. How cool is that? Of course, a little Haggerty sticker. Yeah, I ended up picking up this car in Sacramento, actually about Fair Oaks, California, to be exact. Um, the owner, such a gentleman, such a gentleman. I mean, he was having a hard time letting this one go. You know, he built this car the way he wanted it, the colors, the seats, and you know, he's owned it for 25 years. But I guess it was just one of those. You know, the wife said, "Got to clear up some space." So I got lucky. I'm very fortunate to have purchased this car, especially when unfortunately my red one ended up getting totaled. So this one, I guess, is a replacement, because it's really tough to find another good example E36 M3, or just let alone any M3. Most of them are so abused and so neglected. And this one, you know, it's funny because I always seem to be attracting the high mileage M3s, but that never scared me. It never did. You know, if it's maintained correctly, you know, it's got plenty of life to go. This one has got 207,000 on the chassis, but it has a rebuilt engine. So the engine's pretty solid. I just did the oil change on it. You know, it's got a rebuilt engine. You know, so the motor's it's got plenty of life on it. You just take care of it. It's got the extreme contact tires. You know, it's got some things that needs attention. There's play. Let me open up the inside, show you guys the inside. So pre-airbag, which is pretty cool. Dove gray interior. You know, Dove always wears out. So it's got the Dove gray interior, which is not bad, you know, for a car with 200,000 on the chassis. It's got some discoloring in that corner edge by the tricolor stripes, but you know, overall it's pretty good. I just ordered a new hand boot and a shift boot. They're really worn out. The leather was like almost becoming like hard as a rock, so that should be coming in from the UK. There's the only probably annoying thing that I gotta fix is, I believe it's either a bearing or a clock spring in the steering wheel. There's play sounds and squeaky noises when I turn right or left. But that's pretty much my only main concern at the moment. Is just every local BMW shop is just so backed up. So it's just taking it in and getting that fixed, and maybe just a lowering springs, probably some, you know, H&R lowering springs, or maybe Dynon. But other than that, it's let's see if yeah, this is the mileage. 207, 401. I just took the stickers off, so I just gotta clean that. But yeah, other than that, you know, the typical windshield washer pump doesn't work, cruise control, common things with high mileage BMWs. But let me pop open the hood. All right. But yeah, one more look at the interior. The manual seats. Sorry about my water bottle. I just keep that just in case if I ever have to fill up water for the cooling system. And this is it, the engine bay, the S52. The Vanos has been redone by VAC, so that's working great. You know, just put a new air filter in. The old K&N one that I had was just it was done. Yeah, everything seems to be good. I'm still shocked that I found this car for under $20,000. Because you know, if anyone remembers when I said it's very, to me, an E36 M3 is always going to be like up to a $20,000 car. That's just kind of how I perceive it to be. Of course, there are some outlier examples, you know, like collector edition, low mileage. But as an everyday driver or one that's not a garage queen, you know, up to 20,000 is just what I've always felt like is the running price for these cars. And I got lucky, I really did, with this one. I got it for actually under 20,000. You know, just needs a little bit of love here and there, but I mean, it's been a great month so far. And you know, and it's funny because I always encourage people to do a PPI when they're buying an old BMW, and like I pride myself in that. I tell everybody, but this one I actually took a gamble on it because the owner was just such a gentleman. And I mean, he had a binder full of documentation, and I mean 2 binders full of them. And so I went with my gut, and it checked out fine. When I did the oil change and I did the power steering fluid, you know, everything checked out well. So I went with my gut. But always, of course, do a PPI, always. Like, you know, regardless that sometimes what your gut says, just for peace of mind and for record. But yeah, this is the car. I thought I'd share it with any enthusiast interested in getting an E36 M3. I highly recommend it. I really do. It's a great analog car. This was my poster car, you know, that I had on my wall, and I still do till this day. So it's a great car if you can find one, preferably 1 owner, 2 owner, with a documented history. Jump on it, negotiate if you have to. Definitely, it never hurts to try to play with the numbers. People can ask all kinds of ridiculous figures for these cars, but you know, trending prices and transaction prices is 2 different. You know, one can ask for, you know, X dollars, but it's only worth Y, or what someone's willing to pay for it. So some people, I think, I don't know how they come up with these numbers, but I don't know. I'm not an analyst. I'm terrible with numbers. If I was, I would be in an office with a suit on, crunching up numbers hoping to retire off a 401k, if there will be even anything left when I retire. But yeah, this is it. Thanks a lot for watching. And you know, if there's any questions about the E36 platform, feel free to shoot me an email, leave a comment, and have a great day, YouTube. Take care.